pull something off here, mount the comeback, take this map and take it to map number 3, because considering that this has been the most hotly anticipated match, one might say the entire ESL Pro League Asia.
It's been the most disappointing.
Well, it depends on if you're a TYLOO fan or a ViCi fan.
Yeah, I guess it is. It is entertaining to watch TYLOO win some of these games. And what the hell are we witnessing right here? Looks like Bentet's going to be throwing some utility over this B-bomb site, while the rest of TYLOO walk out underpass and probably going to storm their way up connector. While Excurate, takes the bomb out Palace there. You can see ViCi set up in an A stack as well as spotting underpass. So definitely going to be seeing some of these players start to shift off this A-bomb site a little bit more. I know they're going to sit tight and sandwich under balcony, Blair.
Almond finds one, Kazi finds Excurate. That's a problem, that's a bomb down. And Almond, this time around, he will start off on the right note. 2 quick kills for him, and Bentet's going to be left alone. The Indonesian Meister alone in the 1v5. That's not really going to work on out. For a moment there, I really did think like they were going to go for the El Clasico matchmaking. For if you guys rush B, I'm going to take the bomb A. Yeah, strat, but this one didn't really pan out either, to be honest.
Don't think that would have worked out too well for them, despite how slick Excurate is. And now ViCi definitely off to the right start to the game. I mean, they've already got the equivalent amount of rounds that they got in the last half. Haha, good joke. And TYLOO, they're going to have to take a save. Going to grab these grenades to throw into the window and try to pick Kaze off. But look at that. He's so clued on. He gets away. Doesn't even take a single point of damage, Blair.
Oh, he does get dinged down, though. 51 HP as Excurate with that Glock trying to inflict some damage. Now he's trying to bait out for his teammate as somebody finds Kaze, but Zoking pushes in and Bentet's going to be left alone. And yeah, that's all you're out for TYLOO there. Of course, it was a full eco, so I think they're going to be just happy with the fact that they even got a single frag. And now for ViCi, now it's a real test. TYLOO, AK's out, Kevlar, head armor and everyone. Utility is going to be a little bit sparse, however.
Will be indeed. What's the approach going to be from TYLOO? Looks like a quick one towards A after throwing that mid-smoke. 2-1-2 setup from ViCi. So going to be leaning heavily on Advent to hold down this A-bomb site with just a Famas. That's going to be a difficult task indeed, especially because Zoking doesn't have any counter flashes for him. Here comes TYLOO onto the bomb site.
Well, Kaze striking. Zoking as well, and this is an interesting play from TYLOO. It's literally they haven't deployed any of the utility, and then Nade's going to sail in, and Fancy with a good read finds Advent, and the smoke's not great, but well, it does work out in favor of Summers. He finds 2, but now it's all on Mr. Bentet. Hansel foot in and he just sprays on Almond through the box. There's nothing much you can do there, and now a 1v2. And you know he usually wins these. Pilly is going to peek on out wide. No, spots a player in the smoke. He drops on down, almost gets a kill. Oh, beautiful shot. Beautiful work for Bentet. And the Indo God 1v3. Thank you very much. No problem whatsoever. And that is going to just destroy ViCi there.
I feel like we need a mic activated in the production room, because every time one of these Indonesian guys clutches, these guys cheer so loud.
Which is funny, because they didn't even know that they were Indonesian a couple of days back. But
how can you not know who this guy is, huh?
The best player in Asia, and it shows why. Beautifully played by Bentet. Of course, helped out a little bit by Summer. They're getting 2 kills in a scenario where he should have just got away with just 1.
Exactly right. That should have been ViCi's round every day of the week. They got into that 5-on-3 situation. Great crossfire between Advent and Zoking. Advent just dancing around that triple box, and all of TYLOO have to tunnel vision on him, which creates space for Zoking to swing in. I thought maybe it was Kaze actually getting that kill from jungle, now that I think about it a bit more. And from there, it really should have been easy stuff for ViCi, but unfortunately, you can't count people like Summer and Bentet out. TYLOO in these 2-on-5s, even yesterday against MVP PK, they can still win it. Now Force Spike comes out for ViCi. TYLOO looking like they're going to be heading towards this B-bomb site very quickly. And look at the boost out from ViCi. It's a stack over here.
There's a stack. And looking at this investment, I actually like the fact there. Many teams don't do that, and I wish they'd do more of it, where you don't have the investment and you just try to maximize the chances by at least going for kind of a gamble stack. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. You can save your guns, as Freeman's going to open things up. They know there's one player there. That's all they know. And Almond towards a truck. Is he going to find anything? Oh, no, he doesn't. And Bentet again, just steamrolling through the side. 2 kills for him. And despite ViCi knowing that it's going to be a B hit, despite 3 players being there on the side, what can you do, Pilly, when this madman is just going off?
It really is just a case of ViCi putting themselves, and this is something that we talked about in that firepower game, and in the other game that ViCi played as well. ViCi putting themselves in favourable scenarios, but if they can't hit the shots, if they can't win these duels, it doesn't matter. Even that 5-on-3 on the CT side, last gun round in particular, they should have been winning that one. And in that round in particular, the 3 stack on the B bomb side, they even get the first pick so cleanly on somebody without taking any damage. It should be their round every day of the week, but these TYLOO players are just too sharp at the moment.
Too sharp, too strong. And right now, tying things up and keeping 4 players alive. So that really helped out their economy. For ViCi, on the other hand, I don't think they're going to be buying into this. It's just the money's equal. They can just save this one, get a little bit of extra cash in the next one, and do something with that. Zoking and Kaze would probably try to inflict a little bit of damage, however, or even save these guns into the next round. Let's see what they do.
It's really just is TYLOO being bigger, faster, stronger than ViCi so far in this series and in these last 2 rounds as well. Like you said, ViCi on the save, but they do have the scout and never mind, just the UMP now. TYLOO, they do get a pick towards Con and they're going over to this B bomb site.
Okay, does find Bentet. That's one very dangerous player taken out, and now he's gonna try and peek up, but the crossfire was perfect. The flanker will become flanked in return, and Advin's gonna be left alone with the scout. Nothing much you can do, just hold on to it. Ooh, gets spotted out as well. Peeks on out, tries to land a few flick shots.
He's coming. Here come that boy, somebody.
He's terrifying. It's like a horror movie where it's like Jason Voorhees or
Nah,
whoever.
he was like one of those kids that's like crawling along the walls there. He's always jumping around everywhere and just like he's you turn around and you don't see him and you're like,
it's like the goal from the Omen.
It's a fake jump. Yeah, it's a fake jump scare, and then he looks up at the ceiling and somebody's just like.
Yeah, somebody is. He would be great in a Counter-Strike horror movie. He would be the thing that chases you down. Molotov from Kaze to get him that tiny little one-way, but I don't think it was
didn't
proper.
quite make it.
Yeah. As the AUG on short in the hands of Armin will inflict quite a bit of damage onto Mrs. Summer. Somebody, once again, waiting at the edge of the smoke like a little demon.
ViCi, they don't have any utility to lean back on, so this con duel is going to be so important. Zoking needs to win that, and in general, they need to win their duels here because TYLOO, they're going to be winning the late round every day of the week with how much utility they had heading into this round compared to ViCi. And unfortunately, ViCi, they haven't really been winning many of those duels, but look at this B split. This could be great timing coming out for TYLOO. Rotation coming in from Orman towards the market. The Freeman, what are you looking at, mate?
That is so weird from Freeman. Doesn't really make these mistakes. Orman at least finds attacker, finds another one. I don't know why they're crouching into his crosshair. It's an AUG. You're going to lose a duel most of the times as Bentet is a little bit more smarter, stuck behind a pillar, crosses over, takes the duel, but he will fall. It's all, sorry, that was Summer, in fact, and Advent and Almond. That was a very strange round from TYLOO. They get pretty much a free kill in Freeman, and they just walk and try to go for that duel with a player with an AUG inside kitchen who's just mocking it.
Yeah, I think that's one of those angles that you sort of take for granted, especially in the AUG meta of CS as we know it now. Like back in the days where people just used M4s and stuff like that, you really wouldn't see an angle like that be so effective. Oh my god, Zerking looks like he's about to get caught out. Execute as well, got a pick towards that mid-window area, so quick man advantage for TYLOO. ViCi reeling in this 3-on-4 scenario. Gonna have to come up with the goods and find a pick in the mid-round to at least make this round more competitive. Nice mid-round flash coming out and from Advent, and Orman takes advantage of that. He's really warmed up into this map in particular, Blair. And now 3-on-3 scenario for TYLOO. It's going to be Bentet trying to lurk out mid, maybe potentially up underpass, and the rest of TYLOO going to be heading back towards that A bomb site. Freeman, it is Advent over there rather. He's playing retake with the AUG, and Orman's going to join up with him.
Freeman, the one player you would want to make first contact with, is unfortunately on the wrong bomb side here. But at least he's going to be alive for the retake if it does happen, if they do get the bomb down. And Adam's going to re-aggress. Oh, this could be bad. They're going to peek in together, and he spots out the player first. Doesn't quite land a shot. Attack is going to get the frag. You can see rotation really taking place quickly from Freeman. Almond repositioning himself towards default. They haven't spotted him out. Spots out a player. Oh, fancy. Should be a little bit more wary there. Good work coming in from Allman, but Bentet is alive. He destroys a player. He should know that Freeman's close by. And Freeman's there, ready and waiting. And unfortunately, Bentet will not clutch it out this time around. But quite a lot of damage being inflicted onto the economy of ViCi Gaming there.
Yeah, plenty of damage onto ViCi's economy due to only one player being alive at the end of the round. But TYLOO, unless they're going to buy pistols and continue to pressure the economy, then ViCi will be able to well and truly recover that, assuming that they can keep plenty of guns alive in this round in particular. TYLOO going to be heading towards that B bomb site and going for a B execute with a couple of upgraded pistols. Could work out pretty well for them as you're looking over at Allman. He is the only one with utility over towards that B bomb site.
A little bit of aggression from ViCi. I do like it. And fancy. Shoulder peeks out, but yeah, that's not really going to beat out any shot from Kaze. I like this re-aggression. This is a little unnecessary. Once you have mid-control, just pushing in somebody. I gotta love how somebody just runs out through the smoke while the rest of his team is just still waiting behind it. You have to love it. And Zoking's already pushing top mid. Yeah, this is a complete slaughter. And ViCi trying to give TYLOO a taste of their own medicine. Zoking will manage to avoid the flash, no problem for him. Does he notice that player is dropped on down? Now he does. He's going to get the kill. And people just watching Zoking who don't know him will be thinking he's got like 1600 DPI and like 10 in-game cents.
I'd honestly be worried if I was Zoking, watching him try to spray down those ecoing players. Seen how that's gone before. Yeah,
we all know how that went against MVP, but thankfully he is he's hitting his shots today, though, at least on this map.
Allman as well is hitting his shots at the moment for ViCi, which is a scary prospect for TYLOO, but let's face it, already got 3 rounds on the board and potentially opportunity for more heading into this gun round especially. What a shot from Attacker, knows that it's a 1-bay, but the flash to re-aggress doesn't get them anything. Bentet zooms out the underpass and destroys Zoking.
Jesus Christ, Attacker. That's insane. I don't think he even saw any traces coming out there.
No, it's just because you see that the smoke's a little bit off
and you know
center.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be a one-way. You can kind of see sometimes if you know you've played that situation. Bit of an unnecessary push there from somebody into mid-window in the mid-round. They're in a 5-on-3.
I think I've said that quite a few times. A bit of an unnecessary push there from somebody. You can just code that and like have a sound box made from that and just press that button.
Honestly, that would make my job a lot easier at this point, Blair.
Well, 5-3 though. At least ViCi do have the round lead. That's going to be a giveaway. Oh, what a peek from Summer. Good night, as Kaze does reply back. It's still a 3v2, still a winnable round for ViCi, and Freeman and Kaze, the 2 players you want to be alive. But I'd say that, and just 1 player remains, Kaze, and unfortunately switches over to the Deagle at the worst time possible. It's going to peek out with the op. Nice flick shot there onto Bentet. And exterior attacker know that this is a player they don't want to give any opportunities to. He's got the AWP, he's got a kit, and he's low. But if he finds the frags, they will keep him trapped inside CD spawn. They are going to be they will try to take this op away once the bomb has ticked too far along. For the time being, I appreciate the fact that exterior attacker aren't really going in for the hunt here.
And ViCi are going to be happy that they kept that last round in particular so clean, as they should be able to buy up into this one. Except for Kaze, who has spent a little bit more than the rest of the lads, because he does like to buy that big green zoom banger.
The big green zoom banger, as TYLOO have made the economy of ViCi struggle a little bit here. We do still have a pretty decent buy, all things considered, but looking at the utility, like look at Kaze, just a scout and the smoke, and of course Advent, the UMP. And
no real orgs is the thing. Like only Allman has an org, which has been doing so much work for ViCi time and time again on this CT side up against TYLOO. Now TYLOO taking the mid control with the standard set smokes towards short and window. I like the fact that he's going to be walking back with that Mac 10. But Freeman deep in apartments could have gathered a little bit of information there, but he won't. Bit of a missed opportunity potentially there for ViCi. And TYLOO really looking like they're winding up this split. Oh, Bentet, he mad now. You don't poke the beast.
Well, damage has been inflicted. Attacker on 30. Bentet Being tagged on through the wall by Kaze.
What a flash.
Okay then, Zoking. Someone is still alive and still doing more damage. Kaze saves his teammate there with a scout. And suddenly, things have gone very awry for TYLOO. Excret and Fancy left. And they are towards that T ramp, but the 4 CTs ready and waiting for them. This round is pretty much over here.
It is, and it was a must-win for ViCi, because let's face it, Blair, if they did lose this round and they did drop it over towards TYLOO, then they would be losing the control of their economy and therefore losing control of the scoreline. You would have seen TYLOO go up to 5-5 and probably 5-6 or 7, depending on how broke ViCi were. In back-and-forth games like this with the new money system, obviously ViCi aren't going to have any money round loss bonus built up most of the time. Or not too much, maybe, you know, 2 or 3 max. Which means that they will at least have to singular eco, and even off the back of that singular eco might not have money for the orgs and the utility that have been doing so much work for them. And that is nice to see for ViCi. A nice clean round with 5 people alive. Kaze upgrades to an AK-47 from the scout. Soking gets himself an AK as well. Things are looking good in Camp ViCi.
Things are looking good. 6-4 as well. They do have a 2-round lead. Still early days in this map. And for those of you just tuning in, although the HUD, the HUD doesn't show it, TYLOO do have the lead in this best-of-3 must-win series. It's a must-win for both the teams. Whoever loses is out of contention for making it out from the group. And Excret with the AWP. Freeman's not careful. He's not careful. Excret will punish him. And he has an inkling. There's another one. Is he going to be looking the right direction? Though it's a question. Almond with the Molotov is going to be a... Oh, he fluffs it. Did he fluff it? I think he fluffed it.
Yeah, he did.
He can't be looking for that bloom at that point in time. And Excret gets the kill and gets the hell out of there. Fancy, in the meantime, sticking around. Is he going to try and sell something? No, he's not. He's making a bit of noise, so it doesn't really... Well, he's not really... What is going on with the utility usage from ViCi, Pilly? What's going on here?
I'm not really sure, but Soking, speaking of utility usage, has a smoke that he can drop if this execute does come in on the bomb site, or rather than just walking out for the most part, I'd imagine. Advent has a molly he can drop as well to slow things down.
It's okay. Spots a player out. Oh, that smoke's going to be a little too late, though, and somebody pushing in with the Glock. He gets the kill, and this is not good at all. This is not good at all for ViCi. Kaze and Almond left. Flashbang's going to force back Almond, and they might just get the bomb down here comfortably. And Summer waiting at the murder hole, and it's all on Almond. He finds somebody. It's a 1v3, but the problem is Summer's got an AK, and he's going to plug Almond's head clean off his shoulders. What was an investment into that round? There was nothing. There's nothing
just
being invested.
Just the 2 guns
and it
saved
works.
over.
And it just works.
Yep.
Summer, like a madman, pushing in through the smoke with the Glock, takes down Zoking, was playing up close. And when you play against pistols up close like that, that's the risky factor. Not working out for ViCi. A round they desperately should have won. And instead, they're going to lose it. And that means the money, it's not completely in the bin. So they can purchase some pistols and armor, maybe equalize things out a little bit. But look at the pace coming in from TYLOO. Are they going to be ready for this? No, they are not. Advent, he finds one. So a bit of damage being dealt out here. However, Bentet is not stopping anytime soon. He continues to push in. Actually gets a kill through the smoke as well. And Kaze and Freeman, they can potentially pull this one off. Bentet is low. As long as somebody doesn't just stops pushing, it could work out. But he continues to push and wins the duel as well. And the round is pretty much done. Somebody, if he smells blood, he will swim 1,000 miles to find his prey. Scores are tied, and the bye will come in for ViCi. But 2 rounds for TYLOO, back-to-back. 2 rounds which, well, at least the previous one should not have happened, Pelly.
Definitely shouldn't have. It was a big missed opportunity for ViCi to put a good foot into this half, but now they've allowed TYLOO straight back into it, and their money is suffering as a result. You're going to see a very, very big lack of utility on the CT side from ViCi heading into this next round, which could potentially hamper them if TYLOO do go for a bit of a faster play, maybe that B execute that they did previously, or a quick palace bust. TYLOO have been doing a good job of taking this mid control and applying pressure towards connector or boosting Bentet into the window so far, so they could still even just go back towards something like that. But you really point towards a lot of the success in this half of ViCi, and it has been when they've gotten a good buy with all the orgs and the utility that they needed is when they look the most convincing.
Well, ViCi definitely not looking like their usual selves. They But I am pretty excited about this, the rivalry that's building up between TYLOO and ViCi, to be honest, right? I mean, ViCi, they have beaten TYLOO in the best of 5 to make their way to IM Sydney. So it's nice to have some domestic competition. You know, always keep your opponent team. I think they're pretty friendly rivals as it is, on your toes. And Excurate here. Let's see what he does. He has been compared to a little quite the in-game leader, the young in-game leader of the team. Kaze finds a kill. Advin is going to jump. Yes, he does. Lucky to stay alive there. But Almond putting in a lot of work. Bentet is going to be left alone in a 1v3. Op trained in his direction, and Kaze, he usually doesn't miss those. So ViCi win a crucial round. A little strange turn from TYLOO, though. They really went in for the contact play against, you know, and when you knew that your opponents probably don't have that much utility, it's a very strange thing to do.
Very reminiscent of what happened between ViCi and Firepower yesterday on this map in particular. TYLOO just very large amount of tells there for ViCi to know that it's an A-bomb site hit that TYLOO did, you know, throwing out that utility like a good 10, 15, 20 seconds before they even execute. Now TYLOO, they're going to give it another crack. 3 standard smokes that you see every time. Advent's going to be playing retake on this A-bomb site with Soaking.
The retakes really haven't panned out for them most of the time for ViCi today. But let's see what happens. Attack up. Doing once again his best somebody impression, and of course you don't expect someone to be pushing into jungle at a minute and 22 seconds on the clock. But Kaze with the op, can he reply back? Yes, he can. Attack up, perhaps pushing his luck a little too far.
Yeah,
he could have just stuck towards connector.
If he just he hides in one of these corners, like, and waits for a flash from Bentet or Excurate, like, that's the round over.
Oh, look at somebody, though. He's going for the 10,000 IQ. Played Bentet as well. This is ballsy, Pilly.
There's no smoke on ViCi either, so they can't smoke the bomb when these players come and take fights with them at mid.
Oh, Fancy doesn't need to do anything here. Kaze finds somebody, but the fact that Bentet is there could really work out in his favor. Bentet, there we go. They didn't expect the second player, and it's Bentet versus Kaze, the Malaysian prodigy versus Bentet, and he's taking the defuse. He's taking the defuse, but Bentet with the clutch, and TYLOO will get to round number 7. Is there no stopping this absolute god?
And there you go. ViCi, after losing that eco and their money being up and down throughout this entire half, their money's been broken at the worst possible time. Looking like TYLOO going to be taking an 8-7 lead into this half, provided that something ridiculous doesn't come out. Although we have seen ViCi make these pistol armor buys work against Firepower as well. But TYLOO, looks like they're guessing right. It's just Freeman soloing this B-bomb site with no utility for the man, so unless he's going to do something absolutely ungodly, this should be an 8th round for TYLOO on the board.
Can we just... Oh, he does at least find a couple, so that gives his team a chance for this retake. 5-7. Oh, never mind. Somebody has already got the frag with the Kaze. 3 plays coming in from short with those pistols. Yeah, that's going to be hard against his AK-47s. So King is going to be pushing in the... Oh, the nade and somebody... Nice flashbang. Beautiful flashbang, in fact, and it's going to leave Almond all alone. He's got his scout in 5-7, but this could very well be the half going the way of TYLOO. Somebody's there to smack him into the ground, Pilly. Somebody with a triple, Fancy with a double, and TYLOO. They go with the second half, 8 rounds in the T side. This is going to be a tough ask indeed for ViCi.
Yeah, ViCi were really looking for the 9-6 or 10-5 half off the back of getting their economy established, but TYLOO winning that pistol round really reset things, and they're going to take advantage of that and get the lead at the half.
Well, there we go. First half of the second map done and dusted, and for TYLOO, they need just 8 more rounds to seal the deal and make it out of the groups. Will they do it, or won't they? We'll find out after a very quick break. Welcome back, everyone, to the Bentet and TYLOO show, where you can look at the odds 1.11 to TYLOO to the 5 of ViCi's. If you want to put in your money for a bet, you can go to esports.betway.com. For the time being, right now, though, I think everyone's money's going to be on TYLOO, Pilly.
Potentially going to be so. I mean, we saw a bit of a scrapey sort of T side from your boys over on ViCi against Firepower, where they're able to get 6 rounds. They're going to need to do a little bit better, especially after missing that opportunity that they had on the CT side to make it a little bit more of a convincing run of things. But I have faith that ViCi can keep this game nice and competitive and might even be able to close out this map in particular.
Well, let's see if that will happen, as we do have TYLOO now on their more favored side. It is going to be the CT side. The thing is, can ViCi somehow throw a spanner in the works for TYLOO? Because I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody, an attacker, just trying to replicate what they did on the Dust2 CT side.
Definitely could be a thing that ViCi will have to watch out for. However, they are definitely showing up to this game much more. Orman in particular, who's been comparatively quiet in this series. This map in particular has been pretty on point.
Well, there we go, though. TYLOO now on the CT side. They have all the kits and all the, just one kit actually, and they have the smoke in the hands of Fancy and the rest of the players. 3 players towards B, and this could be the counter here. This could be the read coming in from TYLOO. Look at his crossfire as well. Somebody's already made himself comfortable on top of that balcony cubby area. They have a player's jump spotting. It's going to be Bentet, who's going to be the bait. Smoke's going to be popping off as well, and they have X-Grit in the side. And let's see what happens. Freeman's going to jump on out. He spots one player, conveying information, but somebody's there, and but Zoking, Freeman, and Advent quick replies, but Attacker's made his way towards the side. Can he find his shots? No, he can't. Freeman's going to find him, and it's on Summer. Unfortunately, the aim punch is going to be his demise as Freeman picks up a crucial triple kill, and ViCi win a pistol round they absolutely desperately needed to win.
They did. TYLOO had the ideal setup. You talk about the 3-stack on the B bomb side, but even the rotating players in window and jungle are about as close as you could have wanted from your A and mid defenders. Regardless, though, ViCi just hit a couple of sharp shots and get that round anyway. And now TYLOO going to be buying up into this round. See if they can push their luck and try to stop ViCi's momentum building up on this T side. ViCi just were in a 1-3-1 and now moving that extra player from B apps in towards underpass, but somebody's pushing through B apartments and this gotten TYLOO a lot of information. Whoever's in underpass looks like he's well aware that this could be a possibility. Orman could never be ready for somebody at that point. Somebody upgrades from his UMP to another UMP and then runs away. But I'm sure that he will be back for more later.
Look at Fancy's position as well. Look at how deep his push into Palace. So that's information conveyed. And okay, there's no one Palace, so they're going to be pushing out. They're going to be coming out from ramp. And if they do that, Fancy's position in Palace is going to make life miserable for ViCi if they go for that A bomb side. Meanwhile, ViCi...
Look at the stack. He just pushed into T-spawn, got all the information. TYLOO are going to go stack this B bomb site, Blair. Uh-oh.
Oh, indeed. Although, that being said, they did manage to pull it off on their CTs, on their pistol round, where ViCi somehow managed to steamroll into the B bombs and win all the deals. Zoking now sneaking in from short, but accurate with that scout being so accurate indeed, and they're getting absolutely shut down. Pack it up, boys. TYLOO have not only won that forced buy, they just lose one player, upgrade their weaponry to a Galil and an AK in addition to the scout, and, well, despite the fact that ViCi, they wanted a pistol round, they desperately needed to win, TYLOO, they just slammed them back into the ground, man. What do you do to a stunner like that?
You were exactly right. It's the aggression from somebody getting all the information, and then Fancy even pushes Palace. It's the same thing as on Dust2 CT side. These guys know exactly where ViCi can and can't be, and they always are able to make the right call off the back of those pushes and information plays. It's got to be so frustrating if you're Advent to try to call your T side, and at every twist and turn, TYLOO's just making some info plays and pushes, and they're always one step ahead of you.
Always.
So now I think ViCi were going to be buying into this round, surely, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no point. It's going to be double Eagle territory anyway, so there you have it. Deagles, CZs, and even a solitary Tech 9 in the hands of Mr. Zoking, who won't be joking around with that Tech 9 in his hands. Haha. You have some Kevlar head armor in the hands of Advent, but the lack of head armor could be a problem against these UMPs and these Then the Galil in the mix they have, and the mixed bag of weaponry that TYLOO have on their side. And we do see ViCi slowly gathering up for this mid, for this underpass walkout. They have a couple of guys top mid, bomb still all the way towards T-spawn. So Advent needs to go pick it up. He's going to be, I think he was planning to walk on out towards the A-bomb site. And he will now fall on back. So this is very curious from ViCi. They walked all the way out towards bottom of mid and top of mid. Advent almost walked out towards A, and now to slowly fall on back without having done anything.
I think they were looking for those duels on players in connector and stuff and window, etc., and trying to use the pistols in those ranges. But when they don't find that, it's hard to sort of convert the round from that point. Maybe you could have boosted someone in window, but I don't think that's a gamble ViCi want to take. Smoke onto that deep short side there for ViCi, and they're going to storm out the B apartments.
With the Galil, slaughtering them. Somebody stop this man, as he will finally get taken down by Freeman. Might be a little too late though, as Advent is going to be left alone. He's like, oh no, he almost gets the kills, but Bentet is just invincible at this point. 10-8, and that force buy definitely falls flat here, Pili. They will go for the eco, and they should be able to go for another buy, but TYLOO was slowly but surely starting to build up a lead.
Yep, building up the lead, building up the economy, building up the momentum. It's a scary prospect to behold for ViCi. They're already a map down in this series, and their backs are against the wall. This is their Pro League life on the line.
Yeah, those of you wondering, you know, it's a league, it's fine. They can lose a game here and there. They can't. Whichever team loses this is out of running for the ESL Pro League Asia. And if TYLOO win this, they are getting out of the group. And of course, the next game, MVP and 5 Power, that's also a do-or-die battle for those two teams. So everything on the line here for ViCi. And if there was ever a time for these players like Freeman, Kaze, Alman, Zoking, and of course, Mr. Advent to come alive, and now is the time. Unfortunately, again, somebody... is there no stopping this man?
He's against Glocks as well.
There's
It's
no
so
need. There's
unnecessary.
zero need for him to push. He should know that it's against pistols, but... Oh, Lord.
I want to go home and make a compilation from the VOD of you just going, and somebody's pushing, but why? It'll be a great little video.
Yeah, I really want someone, like, making a compilation of somebody pushing inside. What is he doing? What is Attacker doing? That's a little bit of too much disrespect there. And he will get punished for it, but I think Tyler's going to be happy. Can someone make a compilation of somebody pushing, especially the B bomb site, again and again, and you can just have the soundtrack being obviously, somebody once told me.
Wow.
I think that'd be great. I'd watch it.
Bit of Smash Mouth, Blair. Thought you were a true metal fan.
Hey, everyone likes Smash Man, all right?
Alright, so
you shut your mouth there.
I will. And then I'll open it again to tell you that ViCi's going for a 1-3-1 setup, and they're putting a lot of pressure on middle here, but Extra seems to be ready for it. Punishes Zoking, who's looking for a pick onto connector by going up catwalk, so that's going to put ViCi in a very quick deficit, which they're probably going to have to find a way to consolidate by grouping up and hitting something fairly soon, but at the moment they don't look too interested in that. Summer's got full information over towards that A ramp with the Galil, but he's just going to fall back on out because he doesn't have too much backup here.
I don't think I've ever seen ViCi able to really execute something in this entire series so far.
Yep. And that's just great stuff from TYLOO. Not letting ViCi play their game at all.
Well, the B play is going to be coming in, and of course it is going to be everyone's favorite player, somebody.
As well as Bentet, your favorite player.
Yeah, this is going to be painful. The two highest rated players of TYLOO so far this series. And they have Attacker ready for the rotate as well. The second they call for backup is going to leave the motor hole and going to be running towards the B bomb site. Everyone setting up Advent. Is that a smoke he has? Yeah, here comes a Molotov. The flash is going to pop, and of course somebody is just going to spray everyone down. And they're like, okay, we did some damage. Maybe we can get a kill here. Nope, Attacker joins the party. Flawless round for TYLOO. They are just stomping ViCi's T side at the moment.
100%. They've got full control of the momentum. They've got full control of the economy. ViCi just looks so hesitant. They're losing players right and left, and I think that's pretty much going to be a save call coming out of ViCi. I'm going to try and half buy and make something like that work in particular. going over towards A, because let's face it, every time they take the pistols or even the rifles or anything like that towards B, they pretty much get shot out of it, bar the pistol round. Now, this A execute is coming in.
Well, the execute does come in, but unfortunately, ooh, that's a nice flashbang, but somehow ViCi is still alive. I don't know how he's still alive, but a god-tier flashbang attacker helps Extra pick up 2 kills. It's all on Kaze, and unfortunately, all the members of TYLOO are ready and waiting, and Expert's just decided not to even go for the AWP. He's at $12,000. ViCi is on 13K. Attacker, somebody in Bented are an average of about 8,000 on those 3 players. I think this is, I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy. I don't want to sound like someone who's going to make, you know, just call it out right now, but I think TYLOO are going to win this convincingly. I don't see ViCi doing anything because the rounds they're losing, yes, they're losing the rounds, but none of them are close. They're just getting completely, utterly shut down.
100% agree with you, Blair. It's going to take something special from ViCi coming out to be able to come back into this Mirage T side. But maybe the AWP on Kaze could potentially turn things around. He hasn't really had the opportunity to do very much in this this series in particular, has he?
Well, right now, ViCi, they do have the buy, and they're still not completely out of it yet if you want to be highly optimistic. TYLOO still on 13, they're still not on 14 or on map point. Yeah, they still got to get to the magic figure of 16. The problem is they've just been struggling a bit. This could be the switch up, though. This could be the aggression coming out from ViCi here. Fast take towards mid, and we have a player towards Palace and one towards T-Slope. That is Almond. And of course, Mr. Freeman, the linchpin of the team, who has been comparatively little quiet on this map, while Kaze has been going above and beyond as he usually does. Gonna creep up on top of the smoke, trying to find a frag. Isn't there one way? And ooh, I think Zoking did spot out Bentet there. But Bentet, sense will prevail. He will not regress any further.
Speaking of aggression, push into the B apartments from TYLOO. Gets them a lot of information once again. That time, Excurate was babysitting somebody as he did it, so we know that he's being a good boy this time.
He is being a good boy indeed, and they've left him over there. That nate's got to... Oh, that's got to suck. And Bentet, with the information conveyed by his teammates, he's going to be ready for this. You can see the reason he deployed all his utility was he knew they're just right around the corner. Flashbang is good. But Bentet waits patiently. It's sprayed out. 2 kills for him. Kaze misses the shot. Freeman finds one. And Bentet, triple kill for him. Okay. All right, Bentet almost gets the ace. Unfortunately, he runs out of bullets, and Freeman will fall. My lord, this guy's sharp.
ViCi again, despite putting themselves in decent positions, getting that connector control, they can't break TYLOO's CT side at the moment. Dust2 or Mirage so far, it's been pretty much flawless. ViCi just getting out-aimed and bullied out of this game. The firepower is just too much for them to handle.
Bullied indeed. We might need to call bully hunters at this rate. But I don't even they could do anything considering the wave that TYLOO are playing at the moment. Attacker winning a deal he really shouldn't have won.
Let's be real, Blair. They would probably dial the number and Bentet would pick up.
Sorry?
They'll probably dial the number and Bentet would pick up. Like, is there a problem here?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happened, because Bentet, yeah, he's just everywhere at the moment. He is just indomitable. And for ViCi, oh, this is hard, man. Like, they have no utility remaining. They have one flashbang on Advent, just one flash. Zoking's already been taken down, and they're going to be coming into the bomb site where there are 2 players ready and waiting. Attacker is low, so he could be easily picked off. However, Excret with that op, he hasn't really done anything crazy, cray-cray, but that op at that position, he can easily pick up a multi-kill and shut things down. It's all about timing, and of course, everything doesn't really work on out. Fancy's still there, Bentet's still there, somebody's still alive as well for this retake, and here comes the flash. They're going to try... Actually, it's a CT flash, my bad. That's going to delay them for a couple more seconds, and Freeman's going to walk on out. There we go, flashbang's good. Expert's going to re-peek out. Is he? Yes, he is. A beautiful shot by Kaze, but Attacker replies back, and suddenly this looks very, very winnable for ViCi around the desperate in need. But Bentet, look at him waiting here as somebody creeps on around, baiting it for his captain, his teammate, and it's on Bentet, the Indo God, 1v2. We've seen him dominate this entire series. Can he do more? He finds one more, switches over. Ooh. Goes for the reload, survives his Kaze versus Bentet. The 1v1 which went away Bentet earlier. He doesn't know where Kaze is. He spots him out, spots out the elbow. He sees him, he knows where he is, and Kaze, he's sweating at the moment. Sweating bullets he is indeed, and Bentet getting on top of the bench. He is such a deadly player to play against, and he's going in. Almost gets the clutch, but Kaze will prevail. It is so scary. It is so scary to be in a 1v1 against that man.
That was really, really good stuff from ViCi in that round in particular. Finally, some of the duels go their way. Kaze in particular on that bomb site, you saw him really pre-aiming that bench angle that he knows that Bentet was going to jump up on. That was excellent stuff from the man. However, even after an impressive round where ViCi win multiple duels, it still comes down to a 1v1, which means that the money's not so good for ViCi, but Advent sets up Zoking nicely for a flash. With a flash over towards that A bomb site, he grabs that pick, so that's a nice advantage for ViCi. And they're just going to go over towards this B bomb site where somebody's waiting with the AWP.
Somebody who has been having a stellar game of Counter-Strike so far. Flashbang is good. But him repositioning himself. Too many people to shoot at, but he misses the flick, but he lands no scope. So he's done his job at Bentet, of course. Of course he's aware. Of course he knows. Oh, makes his escape just before the peak comes in, but Attacker is pushing. In the meantime, he finds Kaze, leaving on an Advent, and Zoking is internally hemorrhaging in 2 points. I felt that it's so far away, he needs to help his teammate out. If Bentet and Fancy push in right now, Advent could be done for, and Advent's done for as Bentet finds him. Zoking 1v2, everything on him. The Molotov, should be careful! He actually survives on 1 HP, Billy.
And man, this is just so rough to watch. Like, ViCi did such a good job in that round. They got the pick towards the A bomb side. They instantly went towards B. They find somebody alone who doesn't hit a shot until the very end there. But then, you know, there's this guy called Bentet. And he's just a little bit too good at Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And unfortunately, that's the difference between these two teams at the moment. These TYLOO players are just playing better today.
They are indeed playing absolutely brilliantly at the moment. And the scoreline reflects it. Zoking, 1 HP. There is no chance in hell that he's going to be going for this retake. He's going to hold on to this AK-47. Oh, the money is rough, Pilly. The money is rough for ViCi. And
Yep,
it is
and
match and map point for TYLOO.
That's because it comes down to that one-on-one last round, really. They do have a lot of loss bonus built up because TYLOO has been pretty impregnable on this CT side. Somebody's going to go for the double AWP again. ViCi going to take yet another pause, but...
We're talking about the Alpha Red having, you know, the CT side wall defense, and Lucid Dream having that, but TYLOO showcasing how the wall is really built. This is pretty much a Great Wall of China here.
It's the little walls that pick themselves up and then
yeah, you can't take them down.
Yeah, the guns come out the side of the wall and then they shoot you, and then somebody. He's a wall that turns into like a, I don't know.
A tank.
Yeah, a tank or something, and then
like
rolls
somebody's like a transformer.
Yeah.
Like he just turns into a tank, kills them, comes back, sets up the wall again. Well, Pele, can ViCi do this? Can they mount the comeback? You did say it was going to be a win for ViCi, but TYLOO have just made things so miserable. ViCi have got 10 rounds in 2 maps so far.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. At least they may have had a little bit of a better run of things in this map in particular. 2-1-2 set up for TYLOO, but as this mid control starts to come out from ViCi, I imagine these players are going to start to shift a little bit more. Attacker is in towards the top of Con and one over towards short. Bentet's gone aggressive in towards the B apartments rather than somebody who will be sent through underpass and go to try and find a pick into middle, and he does get Advent, almost gets done.
He's going to repick again. Of course he's going to repick again. I love this guy. I just love him so much. Attacker's there as well to strike. Summer finds Freeman in the meantime. This is pretty much it. This is it. Bentet's going to push in as well. Kazi is left alone. He's not going to land the flick. GG's all around. The Indonesian Terminator. Bentet leading the pack, but of course helped out. We can see the studio, the Indonesian studio over there cheering for TYLOO as well. And why wouldn't you? Everyone really showing up. Some very good CS coming out from this team. They were playing some wonderful brand of aggressive